What is up, everyone? Welcome to the first and premiere episode of Scotty Does Know. I found out Scotty does know. And I am your host, Scotty Baker, where basically I go through everything like things I do friggin' know about. And that could be anything from you can't tune a fish, but you can tune a horse, and oh, right, it's the other way around. You can't tune a horse, but you can tune a fish. Shit. And also that I know that the medical name for your butt crack is intergluteal cleft. That makes me think about cleft lips. And then cleft butt lips. Oh, no. I'm realizing as I built this shitstorm that this list is really small. But as we work together, we could explore the universe and expand our minds, together. It'll be fun. And I'm glad you're here, though, because this shit's hard to make. Seriously, it's really fucking hard. I'm kind of coming to you live from my basement studio, aka my parents' house, where I live now. Actually, I always live here. And I'm basically producing this off of little to no money right now from whatever the government's giving us, but it's something, hey, okay? And these are strange times, but I'd really, I'll get into that later, as everyone knows, but right now I'd rather stick with the money aspect, and that gets me to sponsors. We don't have any. What do you think this is? Think I'm going to get a sponsor for the first episode? What do you think I am? But if I did, honestly, if I did have sponsors, I take any beer company. I'm obviously laid off from mine. Love you guys, though. Shocking that we're laid off. I take any beer, liquor, wine. I'd any local pizza place. I would promote your grease wheel, no problem. Okay, well, I stay fed. That's just all I kind of want. And then I have cannabis, and that's all I wrote there. But yeah, cannabis. I'd take, honestly, anything for free would be sweet these days. So email me for my address. Send me packages. I'll sanitize them. I'll open them and have some fun with it. And yes, okay, we're filming during quarantine during this COVID-19 shit, and I don't really feel like talking about that because you could literally turn on any device with a screen and learn what you wanted to know. I do know stuff about it, kind of. I know little things, but even if I did, it would be just me regurgitating bullshit back to you that's just been spoken on by the local news. Local news, NBC. This is COVID-19. I don't do that. I don't want to do that. I'm literally I like to hear myself talk, and that's what this show's going to be about. And it's going to be spitting facts and maybe spitting lies. Who friggin' knows? And I'm going to have a bunch of rotating segments to keep you guys interested, okay? I know that we all have the attention span of a honey badger on crack, and I don't want to lose you. And also, I implore you to do something creative during this time. Just don't do this, okay? But definitely do something. Like, get out there. All right? So some of these segments, I'm going to change. They'll change every episode. And then also, I'm also going to have really special guests that are going to call in that also know shit. Probably know more shit than I do. And hopefully you'll stay entertained with them. They could be funny. They could be super boring, but that's not on me. And quickly, though, this is my first reach out. If anybody knows of any of these old local New Market bands, and I know some of you already, all right? So be prepared to be bullied into doing this show, okay? But please get them to hit me up, email me or whatever, text me. Scotty Does Know podcast on Instagram, and Scooter Does Know at gmail.com. Most of you probably already have my number anyways, so you can text me. But I want to hear from One Time Too Many and Mitch. I'm coming for you. The show, none of you boys are safe. None of you. Septic tank disasters, STDs. Also, half of my initials. I'm STDB, so that's sweet. And Sawmill Valley. I'm pretty sure that was a band, right? I think it was. I should probably look that up. I should probably even get this computer open. But yeah, if any of you know of those guys or have like if they're interested in calling in and doing being a part of Scotty Does Know, I would absolutely love to have them. That's what this is all about. There's brilliant people all over the place. Friends with so many damn brilliant people, and it's kind of where I want this hub to be. I want to just spit facts with people I know that are sick. They're sick people. But this episode, I am gonna keep to myself. Not that lady. Not that lady. To myself. Because I want you to be invested in me. Why does it keep doing that? AV. Oh yeah, my AV specialist is my sister Renee because we in quarantine, and she went to school for early childhood education and not audio visual. So sick. But if any of you know me, which most of you are probably listening and watching today, know that I'm part of a small group of followers, like very tiny small, but they're called the Parrot Heads, and I'm basically the leader of them. Like I'm coining that, basically the leader of them. And so today's episode is just gonna feature my man, the legend, the myth himself. It's 5 o'clock somewhere always. Jimmy Buffett. Oh, sick! Here he comes. He's calling in. Imagine. No, but what I want to do chat about is just the legend, man. Like this guy. I think how many shows have we been to now? 3. It's been 3.
You've been into more.
Yeah. You've been to 2 and 3. Man, this guy though. Ed. Okay, so quick story of one of the times that we did go. The whole my whole family, probably like 21 of us, right? Plus friends.
Good amount.
Yeah. And let's just say I did have a couple drinks. It's not that much. I had a painted on pencil thin mustache. I was wearing like a ridiculous outfit. Oh, I had signs. I had a parrot, like a big parrot medallion. I was wearing, and I ended up spilling a drink on myself while dancing, and then accusing of this old lady beside me. And I wanted to fight her. I actually almost fought this middle-aged woman. My mom stopped me. It's the funniest thing. She stopped me and she put me in a timeout, and it's the funniest thing. I just stand beside her the whole time. But that's just my experience with just one of the shit. Maybe if honestly, this guy is like capitalism at its finest. He was quoted saying that he doesn't really know what his songs are about, but as long as they rhyme and as long as he's having fun, hey, whatever. And okay, so the man was born December 25th, 1946. So December 25th, he was born on Christmas Day. He's Jesus. I knew this. I've always known this. And he was born in Pascagoula, Mississippi. Oh, Pascagoula Run, sick song off the album. Carter would know this. It is Off to See the Lizard. Sick album. And he was born with the name James William Buffett. Definitely doesn't sound like a rich colonial white man from the South at all. But it's funny because that's actually his name. So Jimmy James, it's actually his real name, which is rare. But that's sick. And honestly, I could probably spend a week talking about him. It's sad because it's not sad. I have 2 tattoos dedicated to him. One of them I did myself. I'm super proud of that one. The one I did myself, it's sick. But so this guy, what I've learned is that he makes around roughly $40.5 million a year just off of like himself being James William Buffett. I don't get that. The guy's opened up casinos. He has a shoe shop now. And also, so when 19, it was 19. Yeah, he moved to Key West in 1970s, where he adopted his trademark beachcombing persona, and he called his music drunk Caribbean, Gulf rock. Ah, you can't just. I mean, he can make up names for anything, but this is one of his first albums, and I have it plaqued. Actually, Renee got me this for Christmas. This plaquing, so I put it in there. White sports coats and a pink crustacean. Incrustation. Dude, this album is so sick. It's got some of my favorites on it. It's called Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw? Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw? And then, obviously after this one, he did Changes in Latitudes and Changes in Attitudes. I also have that one. Oh, that's a Tribe. That's a sick album, but I think it's over there. It might be sticking out there, and if you want to find, but you don't have to. It's all good. That's honestly one of my favorites. And to be honest, after that, he just kind of. Oh yeah, here it is. Sick. Thank you. Changes in Latitudes, Changes in Attitudes. Probably one of the sickest one. So like, oh man. So this is Margaritaville. Everybody knows that. That's what's on this one. I prefer to not listen to that one anymore because it drives me nuts. But he's so he's born in 19. So how old is he now? He was born in 1946, right? Can you do that math real quick?
84?
Is he actually 84 years old, still playing shows? Come on. 73 years old.
Man, my math was off.
That's garbage. He's literally 74 years old, and he still plays shows. He has over. What did I read? He has over like 60 different recorded albums. And he's also. So. Oh yeah, he's got Landshark Lager. That's what I have tattooed on my foot. I did that myself, LS. And if I get old and I forget about what side I'm on, it says LS, so that's left side, so that works. Oh yeah, he actually got in controversy. He was actually someone stole one of his songs in 1983 when he recorded a song titled called "God's Own Drunk." Later, entertainer Lord Buckley's son sued Buffett for copyright infringement for $11 million. The case was later resolved. Because of the lawsuit in 1983, he was not allowed to play God's Own Drunk in his show. Instead, he played Lawyer and an Asshole, a song written by himself in which he accuses Buckley's son for getting greedy. Obviously, Buckley. It tastes like shit, but it doesn't work. You suck, Buckley. Don't fuck with Jimmy. I come out, I will fight you. Oh, man. And literally, he like left his first wife too, and then he got back with her later, which is sick. That's cool. He's got a couple kids now. And he has an aircraft named Hemisphere Dancer. And it was shot at, by Jamaican police who mistook it for being smuggling marijuana. How sick is that? And that's when, so in one of his songs, he goes, we had just come for chicken, we are not a ganja plane. And then that's when the assholes started firing. And it's something like that. I probably butchered that, but it's sick. It's a sweet song. The dude, literally, he's a legend. Absolute legend. I don't know how to explain more than that. And he also, as I'm going to end this super quick segment on Jimmy, because like I said, I could go on forever, but he also released something on Spotify that I found out, and it's a collection of all his old unreleased stuff. Like, it's literally him and just a guitar. It's so sweet. He's like probably my age, younger, and just raw Jimmy. And if you missed him, he was last week. Okay, so if you don't know Jimmy Buffett, I don't know what to tell you. We're moving on. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna end this segment too with something sweet. It's a quote from Jimmy Buffett, and it might be a little sentimental for the show, but meh. Searching is half the fun. Life is much more manageable when thought of as a scavenger hunt and as opposed to a surprise party. And then coming from a man who also has a song called Why Don't We Get Drunk and Screw. So, sweet. And right now, That actually brings me, because it's quotes, right? So this brings me into my next segment, and this one pisses me off sometimes. It's called Idioms for Idiots. People like to waste their breath sometimes and say longer things which mean one word. You could just say hard instead of saying like, whatever, that's a cloudy, it's a storm, I see storm clouds ahead. Like, if you're in a conversation with somebody, just say, it's hard. You're wasting your breath. I have a couple here that I brought because these are ones I really hate. A penny saved is a penny earned. That's obsolete now. Pennies don't exist. Get rid of the saying. Remove it from the internet. I don't care about it. At all. At all. Please. Okay? This is kind of a hateful segment. I feel bad being so hateful, but at least it's not at somebody. It's just at words. Cooking with gas. Oh, my friend. This was developed by gas companies to promote their products. It is highly unsafe to cook with gas. That's fine. Screensaver can go. It's all right. I'll move it on. That's going to happen. Like I said, this is the first episode. We're just working through the kinks, right? Working through the kinks. This is stupid and unhealthy. I'd rather cook with fire. I understand gas stoves, but when they're talking about cooking with gas, I think of gasoline. Like, just say cooking with fuel, or cooking. Just say now. Just say now we're cooking. That's it. I'd like that one better. Okay. Don't get me started on the golden rule. You all know that one. Treat others as you would want to be treated. I've gotten in a lot of trouble for doing that. A lot. Once in a blue moon. Okay, this is due to particles in the atmosphere that makes the blue look moon. It's not a blue moon. It's not blue. It's not blue. It looks blue. Okay? You can say it looks like a blue moon, but it's not once in a blue moon. That's rare. Just say it's rare. See, that's what I mean. That's a long sentence to say for something when it's rare. You can say that is rare. Okay, fit as a fiddle. That just doesn't make any fucking sense. What's a fiddle? I mean, I know it's a woodwind. Oh no, yeah, it's a. I guess people are fit when they play that. Yeah, they're strong. Damn it. Alright, okay, I'm done with that segment anyways. It pisses me off. This one, though, is fun. Okay. This is called Clips from a Dad. Now, this segment is going to require some of your participation. We all have dads. Whether or not you know yours, that's not... I can't help. If you want, I'll try. But usually they're funny, most of them, right? So I want you to send in your best dad clips. If it's not your dad, that's kind of weird, but please, it'd be funnier if it is your dad. Most of the time I'll know who you are. If not, if you're random and you're just watching this for the first time and you send in a dad video, I will fucking love that. Absolutely eat it up. We'll make funny. We're just going to compile them. You know, we got time. We have nothing but time to do stuff like this. And this is an AFE where we say, don't submit your videos. Don't submit your home videos. Like, whatever. Like, whatever that... What's that skateboarder's name? Rob Deerdick. That does that ridiculousness. And he says, don't submit anything to MTV. Submit your stuff to me then. Please. I want it. It's the best stuff. That content's what I want. So, but because this is the first episode, I'm going to use an example of my father. And for those of you just listening right now, I will post these videos on my website, which is scooterdoesknow.ca, and that domain is coming up. It'll be up by when this is aired. It will be up and running, and I hope you enjoy it. My buddy, shouts out to my buddy Hugh Callahan, who literally killed it for me, and he basically, he's not cheap though, so, I don't have a lot of money anyways, but this right here, I'm pretty sure this is the neck pillow one. No, I got both. Yeah, I got both of them because I got some buried in the tank too. So I'm pretty sure this is the neck pillow one. Oh. No. We might get in trouble for copyright for the song that's playing in the background. Hopefully they don't they don't hear this. But if you want to watch it again, my father, this is during Christmas time last year, he wasn't even drunk. We weren't even drunk. We didn't even start drinking, so this is great. I don't know where my dad even heard bitch slap. He's ancient. He's not. He's sweet. Look at that. He does this. That's what I'm talking about. I know you all got videos. Okay, so this is the second one. This is the second one, and this is just as funny. This is a neck pillow thing. So I have bad neck pain too, and that's why it's not as funny anymore. I can't remember who said it was. It was like someone made that meme that was like, the best memory I had was when I didn't have back pain, and that's way more than true now. But yeah, this one's funny because he's done all that Dr. Ho stuff. He's got this pillow upstairs that's got like 1,000 spikes in it. It hurts. It's like a torture thing. But yeah, we go to chiropractors. I have to now. I got arthritis. I got arthritis. But this one is funny. He's got a glass of wine in his hand. He loves wine. And my little sister, so my middle sister, Renee, who's working this right now, she caught the last one. This one is from my younger sister, Carly, who refuses to be a guest right now. Fine. You gotta be kidding me. The codex is not supported. Shit! You know what? That's fine, because what I'll do is when I edit this, you'll see a video either here, or like down here, or you'll find a link to it. It's funny as hell. I swear to God. I'm not gonna ruin it for you, but he's wearing like this neck extender. Oh, my sister's chasing.
Dad.
What? No, get out.
It's fucking hilarious. Okay. That is clips from a dad, and I please implore you to send me your clips from a dad. It's funny. Or clips from a mom. I don't care. Clips from something. Like I said, we're expanding, we're moving, we're always changing, we're everlasting, ever living, ever fearful. Alright, so that's that segment. And like I said, these segments are going to move on all the time. And if you're just listening, I'm sorry because this next segment is also visual, but this one's funny as well. And it also requires viewer participation, but this one is basically like I'm going to choose. Hold on, I'm just going to do it. So it's called Smiling Mugshots. I've compiled a bunch of smiling mugshots, people smiling in their mugshots, which is fucking hilarious. I think it's so funny. And this lovely lady is our first victim. So, what you're supposed to do now is I want some of the best captions you can come up with. What you think this lady did. What do you think this criminal did. Okay? You could even do something just like a comment. Be like, you could be in the voice of her, like, for an example. Yeah, I think I actually did it, and I don't want her to know. So I smile. Or, like, an example of what I think. What do you think she did? What I think, you know what I think she robbed a CVS for like all the creatine or something to sell in the streets.
I think she was speeding through the streets because she left a chicken in the oven.
She doesn't look like someone who cooks at all. She might go cook meth. Look at that. Look at these. Look at the neckline on that. Look at the jawline. That's weather. That's not someone who eats chicken. That's good though. I like it. So you wouldn't win that one, but that's what I'm talking about. You send in to scooterdoesknow@gmail.com or on the website as scooterdoesknow.ca. And I'm going to be posting these up every bi-weekly. Like these shows are going to come every 2 weeks, right? So basically what I want you to do is every week that I post these, I want you to send in your best ones. Every week if you can. So I can tally up at the end of 10 episodes who I think created the best comments and the best whatever it is for the pictures that come up. I'm going to tally them up, and then you're going to get maybe a surprise from my merch bank called Learned. And the merch will be up on my website too. Might be a t-shirt, a hat, whatever. That's all I have right now. Actually, I don't even have hats. I have t-shirts and sweaters. But it's sick. It's called Learned, and that's my merch. And I'm trying to do anything and everything to be creative and get my stuff out there. So, and this is now our final segment. It's a reading from the Book of Gangsters. Now, for all you listening again, I have a book written here by Timothy Jacobs. Tim, thanks, bro. And I'm going to be each week picking out a gangster from this book to read an excerpt from the reading of the Book of Gangsters. In today's episode is featuring Pretty Boy Floyd. Pretty Boy was the name Oklahomans gave this foppish, rowdy ex-farm boy who became notorious for terrorizing the countryside in the early 1930s. Back when they said, like, Tommy gun, I didn't kill you with my Tommy gun. Oh, his favorite weapon was the Thompson machine gun. And it was by this same instrument that he died. Charles Arthur Floyd was born in Oklahoma in 1901. Holy shit, that's so long. He grew up in a dirt farm there, and he himself attempted to make a living as a farmer. Sometimes during this period, he got married. Sometime during this period, he got married. I thought he said sometimes. Like, he did it more than once. And then the event happened that was to color his life from that point on. A man shot and killed Floyd's father. Oh, and then this is as he goes nuts, goes AWOL. He abandoned even his wife for a life of crime, of revenge. He's out for the dirty. He's out to go get the guy who did him dirty. And he's out for revenge as if no one ever suffered as he had. In approximately 1927, so what, he's 26 years old. He robbed a payroll in St. Louis. He was apprehended and spent 3 years in the clink. Upon his release, he sought out the man who shot and killed his father. That was not the end of it. Violent crime had become his passion. He now a haunted man? And a hunted man, he fled to Kansas, using that place as his base. He robbed several small-town banks in 1930. On one occasion, the driver of his getaway car smashed into a telephone pole and Floyd was arrested, tried and convicted for armed... Oh, yeah, this is when it gets good. Receiving a sentence of 15 years in the penitentiary, he probably got scared. He probably got real scared. Oh, this is sick, too. I love when trains become involved with this story. On his way via train to prison, Floyd caught his guards napping. Back in the day. I picture a cartoon of just a train and like the old bank robbery. He's like, I'm on my way to the clink, but my guards are napping. Here's my chance. Let's go. Let's get out of here. So, on his way train to prison, Floyd caught his guards napping. He kicked out a window of his railroad car and leaped out the embankment below. He was then employed by William the Killer Miller in a string of bank robberies in Michigan. Fleeing the law, they arrived in Kansas City where Miller and Nelson killed 2 men. Once again, they're on the run. They robbed several banks in Kentucky. They're moving all over the place. Midwest, Mid-South, Central. This guy's crazy. They came at an incident that truly spelled the end for the Pretty Boy Floyd. There was a lot of debate over Floyd's involvement into this day. Known facts are as follows. Convicted bank robber Frank Jelly Nash. What a sick nickname, eh? Jelly. Frank Jelly Nash. What's up, I'm Frank Jelly Nash? This is my buddy Peanut Butter Boy. The train bearing Nash and his state and federal guards was to arrive at Union Station, Kansas. Oh, yes. Okay, so the gist of that is he basically loved this Jelly Nash. He was kind of working with Jelly Nash, right? He liked Jelly Nash and all that stuff. So he arranged to just beat off that that train. He was not beat off that train. Ugh. You can't beat off a train anyways. But he shot up the train, killed a bunch of officers with the boys, Froda, and he actually killed Nash, and then he got caught. And he actually, you know what? He actually he wrote a letter to the cops saying he was innocent, and then he still got caught. That's it. It's so shitty. Well, you know what? Pretty Boy Floyd. Oh, let's look at Pretty Boy Floyd. Look how handsome he is. To be honest, like, he's pretty dang pretty. Look at that profile. He's got a good profile. Okay. Now, that concludes the very first episode of Scotty Does Know. So thank you for coming along. We're doing this every 2 weeks. That's just because it's hard. Like I said, it's hard to do. And I have a lot of editing to do after this because, like I said, it's going to be on YouTube at Scotty Does Know webcast. So please, damn it, subscribe. Please. Be nice, you know. And then on Spotify, it's going to be Scotty Does Know podcast. And you can email me at scooterdoesknow@gmail.com, like I said, and you'll see all these posted in the link, and I will give you the details on the Instagram. And good night. Arrivederci. Oh, I got wax in my eye. Fuck. Good night. Arrivederci. Oh, I got wax in my eye.